I've thought about the fallen hero that rests here, Private First Class Worth Jackson, for most of my life. As I was growing up, a picture of this cross was hanging very proudly in my grandfather's office on his farm. I, along with my brothers and sister and my cousins, must have asked my grandfather the same questions every time we would visit. Who was he? What happened? How did he die? My grandfather was always patient with us. I think he was honored that we were interested, but his answers were always the same because he knew so little. He was killed in Italy during World War II. Our family has received very little information on his death, and he was my little brother. Worth Jackson grew up in the small, central Indiana farming community of Markleville. He was the youngest son in a family of 8 children, born to Herschel and Marie Jackson. Worth was handsome, quiet, and modest. Like most Hoosiers, he loved the game of basketball and starred on his high school team. Though he was just a freshman in high school when Pearl Harbor was attacked, he wanted to enlist right away, but had to wait anxiously for 2 long years, watching as his older brothers and friends were called into service. Finally, with 2 months of his senior year remaining, Worth received his draft notice. Worth was awarded his diploma early, and he was off to serve. He arrived in North Africa at the end of November 1943 and spent the next 2 months in replacement regiments waiting for his combat assignment. On January 17, 1944, Worth Jackson received what he had been waiting for the past 2.5 years, the chance to fight for his country when he was assigned to the 168th Infantry Regiment of the 34th Division here in Italy. What followed the next several weeks was some of the most intense fighting of the Second World War. The regiment encountered flooded fields, landmines, barbed wire, interlocking machine gun fire, deadly accurate mortars, rockets, and artillery as they pushed toward the hills at the base of Monte Cassino. On the evening of February 4th, Worth's platoon was sent out on patrol forward of the American lines. Their mission was to locate enemy machine gun and mortar positions. While on patrol, the platoon encountered a larger German force and was subjected to heavy machine gun and rifle fire. The platoon dispersed and returned fire but was quickly surrounded. Only 6 men returned from the patrol. 9 were captured, and 13, including Worth, were killed. On March 1st, with 3 sons serving in the military, a War Department official delivered Marie and Herschel Jackson a telegram informing the family that Worth was missing in action. The second telegram was received several months later, confirming the death of their youngest son. Worth's parents were given the choice of having their son return to the family in Indiana or remain in Italy. His mother wrote in a letter, "It is our desire for his remains to be left abroad, as we feel that would be his wish. He is now where he so wanted to be." Uncle Worth, I've known my entire life that you were a hero, that you served bravely and were loved by your family. It's been a lifelong dream, my privilege, and an honor finally getting to know you, finding the answers to those childhood questions, and understanding your sacrifice.